Hey there, my name is Andy Hollowell. I'm a licensed clinical therapist, and I hope you find this video helpful.
Cluster A personality disorders in a loved one. What you should know and how you can help. A personality is made up of a variety of aspects, including a person's traits, values, passions, and emotions. And no two personalities are exactly alike. But what if someone close to you has a personality that has overwhelming negative and unhealthy aspects? They may be dealing with a personality disorder, such as a Cluster A personality disorder. Today, we'll learn about the ins and outs of Cluster A personality disorders, from the different types, to possible treatments, to how you can help a family member or friend who may be struggling with one. So let's go over the basics of Cluster A personality disorders. There are 10 types of personality disorders, and they're separated into 3 categories: Cluster A, B, and C. Personality disorders are common in adults, with a prevalence rate of 9.1% in adults living in the United States. Cluster A personality disorders refer to unusual or eccentric behavior and thinking. These can often result in a person struggling to form social connections. In nearly every country, Cluster A personality disorders are the most common of the 3 clusters for people with personality disorders. Cluster A disorders have a prevalence estimate of 3.6% based on the sample sizes in a research study. There are 3 different types of personality disorders that fall into Cluster A, and they center around an unusual mindset that can cause emotional distress and interfere with healthy socialization. The 3 Cluster A personality disorders and a few of their key symptoms are paranoid personality disorder with trust issues, unjustified suspicion of others' actions, or perception of remarks as personal attacks. Next is schizotypal personality disorder, which can have symptoms of unusual patterns of behavior, speaking or thinking, unusual perceived experiences such as hearing voices, or a belief that they have powers, such as the ability to influence other people or events. And last is schizoid personality disorder, which can have symptoms like a preference for being alone, lack of emotional expression, or the inability to pick up social cues. So let's go over how Cluster A personality disorders are treated. Nearly every mental health disorder, including personality disorders, is most effectively treated with psychotherapy and medications. By speaking with mental health providers, your loved one can get the treatment they need to learn how to live with their Cluster A personality disorder while getting medication prescriptions to alleviate their symptoms throughout their day-to-day routines. Even though there aren't medications specifically targeted towards personality disorders, they may be prescribed antidepressants or mood stabilizers to reduce their sadness, irritability, and anger that may be connected to a Cluster A personality disorder. Psychotherapy will allow them to explore their personality disorder from every angle and learn how to cope with the symptoms. Therapy for Cluster A personality disorders can range from one-on-one sessions to group therapy with others living with the same disorder. So how can you help a loved one with a Cluster A personality disorder? It's difficult to see someone close to you struggling with a mental health issue like a Cluster A personality disorder. But besides helping them find the professional mental help that they need, there are ways for you to be there for them as emotional support. First, be patient. It's natural to want to immediately bombard your loved one with questions about their emotions and issues. But people with mental health disorders, like a Cluster A disorder, won't often open up at your insistence. Give them time and let them know that you're there for them whenever they're ready to talk or need help. Next, vocalize your support. People with Cluster A personality disorders will often feel like they're all alone and there isn't a chance of improving their negative mindset. When you let them know that you're proud of the progress that they've made and the effort that they're putting into their mental health journey, they may give themselves some credit and keep working to improve. Also, be aware of your language. Take note of how you talk to someone when you're seeing symptoms of their Cluster A personality disorder. Try to substitute you statements for I statements. For instance, instead of saying, "You upset me," you could say, "I felt upset when." You want to ensure that they don't feel attacked or accused of something negative. Cluster A personality disorders can have long-lasting effects on a person's social relationships, as well as their personal and familial relationships. It can also interfere with their ability to work with others in their workplace. But we're here to help. Change is possible. When your loved one is ready to take the first step with their cluster A personality disorder, have them reach out to our admissions team. We'll take the next steps together towards the fullest, brightest version of them.